All afternoon, we've been telling you about the building explosion in Brooklyn that killed one person and injured several others. Mayor Bill de Blasio joins us now on the phone with the very latest in the information that he knows. Mayor de Blasio, thank you for joining us. What do you know so far about what may have caused this explosion in Borough Park?
Well, Vivian, it's a neighborhood I know very well. I used to represent this area of Borough Park in the city council, 42nd Street and 13th Avenue in Borough Park. So it's obviously a tragic situation. I'm on my way there now to see firsthand. About 200 firefighters are on the site. We have an active fire that they're working intensely to put out. Tremendous response from FDNY, NYPD, and EMS, dealing with a complicated situation there. So, as you said, the explosion was shortly after 1 p.m. It's a building that has a storefront on the ground level and apartments above. We are doing, obviously, first and foremost, the operation to put out the fire and to make sure everyone is safe. At this point, the FDNY believes there's no other people in any of these buildings, and that everyone was located. We think, of course, this may be a gas-related explosion, but we don't know for sure, and that we won't know until we've gotten a full investigation done. Now, the bad news is that one person has passed away, and obviously our thoughts and prayers are with a family of that individual. We don't have an identity yet, but one person has passed away, and we have 3 other people with injuries, none life-threatening from what I know so far. One of those injured is a firefighter. And a couple of the surrounding buildings have had substantial damage. Again, the firefighting activity continues. It's a 4-alarm fire, so very substantial FDNY presence. And important point to all your viewers that people should avoid the area around Borough Park if they can today. There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of traffic delays. So I want to encourage anyone who does not need to be around that area to hold back while FDNY completes its operation there.
Okay, you say that, and it makes me wonder if you think or you've been told that there's some more concern about further incidents happening there, perhaps another explosion?
No, not at all. Just that it's a substantial smoke situation because of an ongoing fire, and obviously a lot of streets closed off because there's such a substantial FDNY presence. Again, we have more than 200 firefighters on the site, a lot of apparatus on the site. It's simply that it's an area where there's a lot of activity and a lot of smoke, so we just want people to be aware of that. And people who live in the immediate area should keep their windows shut just to keep from getting any additional smoke in their homes.
Mayor, as you know, this area is a heavily Orthodox Jewish community. And some people have wondered if perhaps because it's Shabbat, people were not in the area at the time, and perhaps we may have avoided further injuries or worse?
Well, it's true that on a typical Sunday, for example, on 13th Avenue, it's bustling. And the stores are very busy, so thank God it was not a Sunday when this happened. But we still do have one person who's passed away and several people injured, so some people were very, very intensely affected. We, again, don't know the exact cause, and that's going to be part of an ongoing investigation. But I think you're right that had it been the following day, it would have been a much worse situation.
And while you say the cause is still unknown and the investigation is now just beginning, one can't help but recall that earlier this year there was a serious gas explosion in the East Village that leveled 3 buildings. It caused 2 people to die, and many others were injured, left homeless. And then, of course, in March of 2014, there was the East Harlem explosion where 2 buildings were leveled, and both were gas-related. Are you not getting any indication at all that this was definitely a gas-related explosion?
Again, I want to be very clear. Until we had a full investigation, it would not be responsible to conclude what happened here. And that's what we need FDNY and NYPD to do, a full investigation. But it may be gas-related. It certainly shows some of the signs of being gas-related. But each and every one of these instances obviously has their own character, and we do not want to draw a conclusion until we've had a full investigation.
Okay, and Mayor de Blasio, Governor Cuomo has also issued a statement saying that he is directing the State Department of Public Service to undertake an investigation into the cause of this incident. Do you have any response to the governor's statement?
Well, the way we approach each one of these situations is the fire department, our fire marshals do an investigation, NYPD does an investigation. Obviously, I have an immense faith in their ability to come to the right conclusions about what's happening. But we have worked with other agencies previously, federal agencies, for example. We'll certainly work with the state as well, and we'll all work together to get down to the bottom of what happened.
Now, this has been characterized as a partial building collapse only so far. Do you have any information on what residents are being told, those people who live immediately around this building, that hasn't been ruled out as a total write-off just yet?
It's too early, I think, to make that full assessment. We need to get the fire out and get the buildings department in to assess the situation. Again, the buildings that have been affected have all been vacated. We've gotten people out. But right now, the central focus is getting the fire out. Then we'll do an assessment about structural damage and about what it means for the folks who live there and around the surrounding buildings.
Okay, and Mayor de Blasio, final question. You said you're on your way to the scene. Does this mean that you've suspended your trip in Baltimore for now?
Now, I'm coming back, should be back at the scene in about 45 minutes.
Okay. Mayor de Blasio, thank you very much for sharing your time with us. I know that you're really busy, and we appreciate the information that you passed on.
You're very welcome. Take care.
You too.